welcome to the Savera Morning Bulletin with me, Deepnan Purewal. Union Home Minister Amit Shah pays tributes to the victims of the Pahalgam terror attack in Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir to meet the families of the victims. The families broke down in front of the Union Minister. As the nation mourns the loss of innocent lives in the Pahalgam terrorist attack, the Jammu and Kashmir government has announced ex gratia worth Rs 10 lakh each for the families of the deceased victims and Rs 2 lakhs for those who sustained serious injuries. Amid a stir caused by the deadly terrorist attacks in Pahalgam and heightened security concerns, Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah directs the state administration to ease the flow of traffic between Srinagar and Jammu for the tourists trying to leave the valley for their homes. In the unfortunate terror attack in Pahalgam, a resident of Madhya Pradesh, Indore, who had travelled to Kashmir with his family was killed and his daughter sustained bullet injuries. Some pro-Kashmir resistance handlers on social media have claimed that the citizens who were injured in the Pahalgam terrorist attacks were not ordinary, but connected with internal security and counter-intelligence agencies like the Intelligence Bureau. However, sources have refuted the claims made by such handles and called them erroneous. Following the recent terror attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, which claimed the life of a native of Ernakulam, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has instructed the Non-Resident Keralites Affairs NORKA routes to set up a dedicated help desk to assist Keralites currently in the region. Iran spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs condemned the terrorist attack in Pahalgam. In an official statement, Iran's foreign ministry described this heinous act as a grave crime. Spiritual leader Sadhguru condemned the Pahalgam terror attack, saying that while the purpose of terrorism is to cripple society with fear, and called for a united front against this attack. Chhattisgarh Minister Tank Ram Verma paid a visit to the family of Dinesh Miranya, who was killed during the Pahalgam terror attack. Calling the attack against humanity, he said that the local administration has been informed that the last rites of Dinesh will be performed with the family in Raipur itself. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said that 3 residents from the state were among those killed in the Pahalgam terror attack. The state administration is making arrangements at Delhi airport to assist the families of the victims and facilitate their journey to Kolkata. Tourists who are stranded in the Kashmir Valley in the wake of the terrorist attack are having to shell out a hefty amount of money to fly back to their hometowns, as flight tickets have exorbitantly risen, apparently because of heavy demand. Airfares to major Indian cities have skyrocketed since the news of the terrorist attacks broke out on Tuesday evening. The Rouse Avenue Court extended the time for 11 days to complete the investigation against 2 accused, namely Sahil alias Poli and Vijay Gehlot alias Kalu, in a case under the MCO CCA. They are co-accused in a case linked to an organized crime syndicate allegedly run by Kapil Sangwan alias Nandu. Workers of the Dogra Front held a fiery protest in Jammu condemning the Pahalgam terror attack on tourists. Carrying the international flag, protesters marched through the streets raising slogans such as Pakistan Hi Hi. All government and private schools in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district will remain closed on Wednesday, April 23rd, in view of a complete shutdown in the Kashmir Valley issued by various associations in the area. Kerala BJP President Rajiv Chandrasekhar has criticized the state government, calling the 9-year celebration of the Left Democratic Front under Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan a celebration of failures. The wreath-laying ceremony of the deceased Indian Navy officer Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, who lost his life in the terrorist attack, was held at the cargo terminal on Wednesday before his mortal remains were sent to his hometown in Karnal, Haryana for the final rites. Amidst tears and tribute, his wife gathered her strength to share a few words to the remains of her beloved, capturing both sorrow and admiration, saying, "Hope his soul rests in peace." sent a fast-track 17 mega projects being carried out with an investment of Rs 14,096 crores across the states of Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab and Uttarakhand. Over 1,000 people sit in one place and read books on the occasion of International Books Day in Ooty, Tamil Nadu. April sees unprecedented growth of new export orders buoyed by the 90-day pause in the implementation of tariffs imposed by the Trump administration. Private sector companies in India welcomed a sharp rise in total new business stakes at the start of the 2025-26 fiscal year. United States Vice President J.D. Vance, accompanied by Second Lady Usha Vance and their children, visited the iconic Taj Mahal in Agra. The family was received by Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, marking the final stop of a tour that has spotlighted the strengthening ties between India and the United States. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's scheduled visit to Kanpur stands cancelled in the wake of the recent terror attack that resulted in multiple casualties. US Vice President J.D. Vance condemned the terrorist attack which took place in Pahalgam. He offered condolences and said that the US would provide whatever assistance it could to India. In the aftermath of the terror attack in Pahalgam, citizens gathered outside the police control room in Srinagar holding protests against the violence. The Chhattisgarh government signs an MOU with the Cloth Manufacturers Association of India, marking a major step towards transforming the state into a hub for textile and apparel manufacturing. Indian stock indices remained in the green for the 7th straight session, and in the process, Sensex regained the 80,000 levels. Market experts say that the positive bias in Indian equities is likely due to the return of foreign institutional investments. The World Bank lowers India's growth forecast by 2025 to 2026 by 40 basis points to 6.3% over global economic weakness and policy uncertainty. The Andhra Pradesh government sets up an emergency desk at the Andhra Pradesh Bhavan in New Delhi for the victims of the Pahalgam terrorist attack. The spiritual head of the Ajmer Sharif Dargah, Sayyid Zainul Abidin Ali Khan, termed the Pahalgam attack as painful incident and said that there is no place for such acts in Islam. Sayyid Khan asserted that no religion gives anyone the right to shoot someone after asking their religion. Himachal Pradesh CM Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu asked officers to uphold values of honesty and transparency in governance. India appreciates the Saudi Arabian side for continuing their welfare programs for almost 30 million nationals living in the region. The Indian side says that the act showed strong people-to-people bonds between both the nations and goodwill. A fast-growing wildfire in Ocean County, New Jersey, has prompted mandatory evacuations. Over 3,000 residents have been displaced and 1,320 structures are at risk. A tigress was successfully rescued in the South Forest Division of Lakhimpur Kheri, UP. The operation was carried out by the Forest Department under DFO Sanjay Biswal. Vikas Kumar, the biker arrested in the Bengaluru road rage case, spoke out after being granted bail. An FIR has now been filed against the 40-year-old IAF officer following Kumar's counter-complaint. A methane gas leak at a GAIL plant in Raisen district near Bhopal caused panic early Wednesday. Authorities swiftly purged the leak and no casualties were reported. Traffic was diverted and nearby industrial units were shut as a precaution. Police have arrested a professor from Bangla Mahavidyalaya in connection with the alleged exploitation of female students. The arrest follows multiple complaints and an internal inquiry at the institution, which also revealed that the professor used to threaten the girls. Sunaina Roshan, who's sister of Hrithik Roshan, has shared her powerful journey of overcoming alcoholism and health struggles. She credits her father Rakesh Roshan as her fitness inspiration and draws strength from her bond with Hrithik. A tragic accident in Bhopal has claimed the lives of a married couple. The woman injured in a bike truck collision on Monday died yesterday during treatment. Her husband had succumbed to injuries the same day of the crash. Madhya Pradesh Lokayukt police arrested Revenue Inspector Dilip Nagar for accepting a 30,000 bribe. He was caught red-handed at his residence while taking money for land measurement and encroachment removal. The complainant had earlier reported the demand of 50,000 rupees for the service in Dadri village. A fire erupted on the 21st floor of an under-construction Unitech building in Noida, Sector 45. Firefighters quickly responded, preventing injuries despite the blaze spreading to lower levels. Rescue operations were complicated by machinery obstructing the area, but no casualties were reported. Delhi court has issued a non-bailable warrant against Medha Patkar for failing to comply with probation and fire conditions in a defamation case filed by Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena. The case, which was filed 23 years ago, led to Patkar's conviction. On April 8th, she was ordered to pay Rs 1 lakh but failed to do so. Pakistan condemns but denies any involvement in the recent Pahalgam terror attack despite concerns from Delhi. The attack comes a week after Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir called Kashmir Islamabad's jugular vein. Delhi remains unconvinced by Pakistan's denial. The world stands united with India in its time of grief following the heinous Pahalgam terrorist attack. US, Nepal, Iran, UAE, Saudi and China are amongst the first who have unequivocally condemned the act, standing in solidarity against terrorism. The army foiled an infiltration attempt in Uri sector, killing 2 militants in a gunfight. This follows a deadly Pahalgam attack. Military operations continue in search of additional infiltrators. Donald Trump announced plans to significantly reduce tariffs on China, easing global market concerns. He also reassured that he would not fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell following recent tensions. A 6.2 magnitude earthquake hit Istanbul on Wednesday, shaking buildings across the city. The tremors prompted mass evacuations as residents feared aftershocks. Turkey's AFAD disaster agency called it one of the strongest quakes in recent years to strike the city.